what's your vision for Liberland in the next 5 to 10 years? What do you think we can realistically accomplish, Michal?
Well, we can. That depends on what we do, right? Like if the blockchain successful, we get capital. If we have capital, money works, and so on, then we can do the diplomatic route, and we can go by for the recognition by stealth, or rather by like convivence, like to be able to find the modus vivendi with the organs in Croatia, despite whatever conservatism they may harbor, and therefore whatever animosity they may harbor. That requires money, that requires us to bring something on the table. There are several things which we could bring on the table. Some of those I don't want to talk about because I don't want to disturb ongoing processes. But obviously, like if you come in with some kind of an investment partner, with an investment package, with realistic funds, listed companies, and so on, then you'll be taken more seriously, even if you're Liberland, right? Like that's very clear. And you could do that in various ways. I'm not going to give anybody ideas how to stop us. So that would be one way how we could get to at least a settlement. But it could be the Dubai, right? Like 5 years is enough to build a Dubai if we start tomorrow. Now the question is, can we start tomorrow? No, probably not. But that depends, right? Like if we should get sufficient support from people who could easily bankroll this, or if the Liberland blockchain gets to be successful enough so that we can bankroll it using resources. From that, I mean that there will be a lot of builders who will generate traffic, and that traffic will translate into value. So we need builders, right? Then we can get somewhere. And that also brings me to what I would have answered otherwise. Like we need builders on chain, we need professionals in Croatia, in Zagreb, to be doing the slow diplomatic like lockstep. We need to not give up, even though the obvious options don't show themselves as realistic. We need to use the non-obvious ones. We need to have the dialogue, and we need to do the other thing which I can talk about. That has to do with your resort, Thomas. I'm sure you understand what that is. We need to do a lot of things. We need to be more professional, though. We need to be more an organization, less a startup, to take words from Dorian. And that's something we can start with indeed tomorrow. And we did. The anniversary is being organized the most professionally ever of any Liberland event, except for Liverpool, because it's the same team here. So there we're already like breaking the ice. So let's go through that. Let's build systems. Let's set up processes. Let's not be shy of that. Big companies are this way because it works. They're not this way because they like bureaucracy for bureaucracy and they want to be inefficient. No, they understand that if you want to run an operation which wants to achieve something global, you must act that way as a organization rather than a bunch of enthusiasts. Thank you.
Michal Ptacnik, who are your some of favorite thinkers, favorite philosophers? What would you say, Michal?
But it's complicated. I mean, I like people I disagree with. So,
Yeah,
for instance, Ayn Rand, I'm totally not an objectivist, but I disagree with her. She has many great points, and I love to disagree with her, like stuff like that. Also, Murray Rothbard, I'm no ANCAP, but I like many things which he says, even though I can disagree with him on
right.
many things.
Sure.
But like he was a smart guy, I like that, and I would like to. So there would be more like this. I would like to, also with all the humbleness. I mean, I've probably also created like parts of my worldview myself. But what like I would like to highlight Dorian's message of the black pill. Like I understand what he means, and it's kind of becoming a thing that's evident that people can't, on the freedom side, so to say, they can't agree on what they want. Because, and I would disagree here with Dorian also, because like it's not about the traditional coordination, like hey, let's go vote, hey, let's go. No, it's just about like agreeing on what you actually want as the end goal. And agreeing on like that there are certain things which certain red lines over which you don't want to go. People just don't understand that, and so we're running into through chaos, through like being divided in what we want, in what we think that the ideal world would look like. we're running into having no influence, because part of the freedom community is in effect saying that we should go back to 1930s. Part would say that we should go even further back. Part would say that we should go into some other snapshot of the past or some future that never happened. This is for me most troubling. And again, like when you have people with nuclear weapons, that's not on the other side. It's stopping being a game. Thank you.
Michal, where can...
Obviously, Liberland must remain neutral, sort of for selfish reasons, which is good, for reasons of being able to not anger anyone, because we don't have the ability to follow up on that. And about Liberlanders, what they should be, I think they should be mindful of what their interests are as individuals, because we're not individualistic enough in this world, I believe. People are being bamboozled by calls that you can change something, that if you contribute to some cause, something like your time or money, that you change something, but you won't. The only thing that will happen is that you steal from yourself and from your family. In most cases, because those causes tend to be way bigger in budgets than you are. And so the next dollar, marginal utility, should rather stay with your family. That's not to say that you shouldn't support local causes which are comparable to your budget. But like global stuff, like Ukraine, like politics, like voting on any major level, that's objectively a waste of time and waste of your resources. It should be spent otherwise. And I think Liberlanders should understand this better, and they are in a unique position. I mean, if we have a city there, that we will build a society which is based on this, and then we stop wasting resources and energy, and we just we will not deal with stuff we cannot change. We will not pretend that we can change it. That's the point. We shouldn't. We really shouldn't. This is really a moral stance. Moral neutrality.
Okay.